Hi there guys, I hope you have had a good day. Now, Dave Allen versus Christian Hammer on October 31st on the undercard of Derek Chisora versus Alexander Usyk. Obviously, Dave Allen has been looking for a fight and it was possibly going to be Hughie Fury, and that was supposed to be at Fight Camp, but ultimately he turned that opportunity down because the money wasn't there for that kind of fight. But ultimately at the moment, Dave Allen just needs to fight and be active. So he's got Christian Hammer on October 31st. Now, this will be a tough fight for Dave Allen, but the thing is at the moment, you cannot be taking easy fights. So this is not a step up for Dave Allen, but it's still a difficult fight. And is Dave Allen even at the point now where he needs to start stepping up? I mean, he needs to lay the groundwork and get some good wins under his belt. Christian Hammer would be a good win for him, up there with possibly a Lucas Browne win, because I know that Lucas Browne before Dave Allen had one loss, and that was to Dillian Whyte, but still, Lucas Browne was in a position where he wasn't at his best anymore, and at his best, he wasn't a world beater anyway. He was a former world champion, but ultimately I think that Christian Hammer has the better resume than Lucas Browne. I mean, Christian Hammer a year ago or so was in there with Luis Ortiz, and while he didn't win that fight, he didn't really disgrace himself and he didn't look out of place in there with Luis Ortiz. Now obviously Dave Allen has also himself been in there with Luis Ortiz, so you can see the level. They both stumbled at that same point. Dave Allen obviously got stopped by Luis Ortiz, while Christian Hammer did go the distance with Ortiz. But that doesn't mean anything going into this fight. Anything can happen in this fight, especially in the heavyweight division. But the thing is, can Dave Allen hurt Christian Hammer? Does he have the power to hurt him? Because Allen is quite a powerful puncher, but ultimately that has been shown at a certain kind of level. Does he have the power to hurt Christian Hammer at this level? Because Dave Allen isn't the biggest of heavyweights. I mean, I know he's a big guy, but ultimately he's not the tallest. He's about 6'3", and he often weighs in around between 16 and 17 stone when he's in shape. So he's not the biggest heavyweight, not the biggest puncher. He has good head movement and good footwork as well at times, good positioning. I mean, considering his level, nowhere near the level of a Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, not even close, but ultimately he does have some good boxing fundamentals. I just feel like during his career, if he would have started somewhere, built his way up, then he could have got a British title, Commonwealth title, maybe even a European title, because I think that he's good enough, he has the fundamentals there, but ultimately I think that he's jumped in at the deep end before he's been learning to swim. So he definitely has an opportunity here with this Christian Hammer fight to build from somewhere, to start with a good victory over a good opponent, then move on to some bigger fights next year. I think the most important thing for Dave Allen is to make sure he's ready, make sure he's in shape. He has been training. If you look at his social media, he has been keeping busy and maintaining a certain body weight, making sure he's in shape. So maybe he knew he was going to be getting out on October 31st. So that is positive because, as I said, Dave Allen isn't always someone who stayed in shape. This time he will be, and he's got a couple of weeks to prepare for Christian Hammer. He probably knew about this maybe a week or two ago anyway. It's just being announced now. So there is some notice, not a lot, but ultimately Christian Hammer has the same. So Dave Allen has to get ready and tune his boxing skills and fundamentals and what game plan he wants to put into play in this fight. And he will be ready for October 31st. This is a tough fight for Dave Allen. No easy fights at all. But ultimately, what is he going to do? It is a good start for him to start springboarding onto some other fights, provided he can win this one. But that remains to be seen. We will find out on October 31st. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.